Welcome back to my channel if you've been here already. If you haven't, hi, my name's Kelly. Welcome. I am filming a what I eat in a day as a pescatarian. So I've been a pescatarian for about 2.5, a little bit more than that, almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in October, and this is what I eat. So plain and simple. I studied nutrition in college. I'm also becoming a certified health coach in a few short months, and I take on health coaching clients. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Short and sweet. Let's get to it. And this is what I'm eating for breakfast. So this is typically what I'll eat for breakfast most days. Sometimes I change it up, but I just did a toasted English muffin. If you care about this kind of stuff, which I don't count carbs or calories or anything, but they're pretty low in calories, pretty low in carbs. This peanut butter is actually from Earth Balance, and it has not that much sugar, less than 1 gram of sugar, but high protein. And the ingredients are just flaxseed, peanuts, salt, super simple. Ingredients, a couple other things, but really simple. These are just eggs with some shredded cheese, Himalayan salt, and pepper. I like adding cheese because it adds some extra protein. Obviously, the eggs are protein as well, and the peanut butter. So that's kind of my base. And then I also add some berries. These are some strawberries and blueberries, which have amazing antioxidant properties and just, keep you feeling fresh, especially in the summertime. So that is what I do. I try to always have some fruit with my breakfast, and then I have more vegetables later on in the day, but my main sources of protein are the peanut butter and the eggs and the cheese. I also just have some frothed hazelnut creamer that I warm up, and then I use my frother, which is right here. It was $6 or $7 at Target, super cheap, but I love it. And then just a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. And then I have my Yeti here. I just do ice water, and a whole lemon. So a juice of an entire lemon. I just use a little lemon presser like this and just juice a whole lemon in there. And I drink that throughout the morning. And yeah, that's breakfast. Super simple, super easy. Some protein, a little bit of carbs, and some fruit for the antioxidant properties. And yeah, let's do it. So it's about 2:30 and I'm making my lunch now. So sometimes I just end up having snacks throughout the day. I'll do like a yogurt bowl with granola, fruit. Sometimes I'll do like string cheese, fruit with almond butter. I don't know, it really just depends. Sometimes I'll just have fruit and vegetables, and some hummus, or sometimes I'll do a tortilla with hummus, feta cheese, and some peppers and cucumber. Like, it really just depends, but normally it's fruit and vegetable based, some protein, or a little bit of carbs. Or I'll do a complete meal. The days that I do a complete meal are the days that I go to workout classes. So tonight I'm going to a leg and glute class, and if I don't eat a big meal for lunch, I feel like I'm gonna pass out at the class, and I don't like eating too close to when the class starts. So the class is at 5:20, 5:30. So I'm making this now, and that way it'll be able to digest, and then I won't be like either nauseous or dizzy. Nauseous if I eat too close to the class, dizzy if I don't eat close enough, and I'm just have no food in my system. So anyways, I'm gonna make a salmon salad. So being pescatarian, salmon is one of the main protein sources I use to get protein in addition to like other protein sources other than salmon that I add to my salads. That sentence made no sense, but you know what I mean. I do tuna salad. I'll just do tuna, packaged tuna. Wild Planet is a really good brand, and avocado oil and some cranberries, and I'll put that in a salad with like spinach, butter lettuce, romaine. Those are my 3 top lettuces, brands of lettuce, types of lettuce that I use. And I also, like I said, I do salmon, and then I also do like hummus in my salads. I also use a lot of nuts and oils in my salad. So the one I'm doing today, it's more of a summery salad. I don't always make this in the winter, to be honest, but I have my salmon here. You want to always get, if possible, wild caught salmon. If it's in your budget range, it's a lot better than farm raised. The best brands, or I guess stores to go to, I would say, are sometimes Trader Joe's has wild caught, but mostly farm raised, so that's something to be aware of. Whole Foods has good salmon. Kroger sometimes has wild caught. So if they don't have wild caught, I normally just will wait, or they sometimes have frozen salmon, but I don't really like making it. I normally make the salmon right away when I get it, like either that day or the next day, or maybe even the day after that. Sometimes it's still good, but obviously look at the package. Normally I make it the same day or the next day, or I'll just freeze it. So anyways, I have my salmon here. I don't know if you can tell, there's 2 salmon fillets, and I just washed them. And this has been my favorite seasoning to use. It's the chili lime seasoning blend from Trader Joe's, and super yummy. I've been really liking it, and I literally just put this on the salmon. I also put a tiny bit of avocado oil, so I'll put that on now, and then I just use a brush, or you can just drizzle it on whatever you're comfortable with, and then I just use aluminum foil on the bottom so it doesn't stick, but that's not necessary. And if you have a nonstick pan, I just like it for cleanup, but you know, if you're weird about aluminum foil, then you can omit that part. But I just do avocado oil, use a brush to put it on, sprinkle some of this chili lime, or a lot of this on there, and then I'll bake it at 400 degrees. The salmons that I get are normally pretty thick and bigger, so if you're doing like barbecue style where it's more lean and, you know, thin, then, I mean, some people just cook it for like 10-15 minutes. It really just depends on your taste. I like it cooked all the way through. I don't like any like raw piece in the middle. So I guess like medium well. So I do it for 18 minutes because there's 2 pieces. Sorry, that was my oven. There's 2 pieces, and so you have to cook it for longer. If it was just 1 piece, I might be able to get away with 10 minutes, 12 minutes. But since there's 2, I do 18, and I cook it for 400 degrees for, like I said, 18 minutes, and then I broil it for 2 minutes. And that just really makes the top crispy, and that's what I like, especially on salads. I like kind of having like a crispy, instead of putting like croutons on it, I'll just have like a crispy piece of salmon, and then everything else is, you know, more like fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. So right now I am just gonna get the avocado oil, drizzle it on the salmon, put the chili lime seasoning on, and pop them in the oven. Okay, so my salmon's in the oven. I'm just making the salad part now. So I'm just doing spinach. In this bowl, I cut up a tomato, or a small tomato, watermelon, cucumbers, strawberries, avocado. I'm gonna add some feta cheese. And then I've been using this dressing. It's Newman's Own, the classic oil and vinegar. It's super good. And I'll just pile it all on and then put the salmon on top. I just finished my lunch. Super tasty. I didn't end up eating all of it. I ate all the salmon, but there was a little bit of the salad left over. It was a really big salad. If you noticed, I cut the salmon in half, so I really just had half of that big salmon. Sometimes I don't get super hungry in the middle of the day, and so I might have the rest of it for dinner tonight, or I might just, I'm thinking about making like some type of vegetable dish. So we'll see what happens later. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of jump on and explain my diet a tiny bit. I don't want to talk for too long, but essentially I became pescatarian because I had joint pain in my hands. And I know that the diet that most benefits that in particular is pescatarian. So that's just eating fish, no other meats. But also there's a big focus on fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, oils. Also, some alcohol in moderation, healthy desserts in moderation, everything else in moderation, essentially. But those were the big main parts of it, some dairy as well. So I don't have regular milk. I have almond milk just because I just like almond milk better, and regular milk kind of grosses me out. But I do have cheese, and so I'm not vegan. I'm not technically vegetarian because I have fish, but just wanted to give that disclaimer because some people don't know what that is. And essentially I eat the way I do to help my joint pain. So I have Raynaud's disease or disorder or syndrome, whatever you want to call it. But so my hands, they have really bad circulation, but they're kind of bent a little bit oddly. So I can't completely match up my hands unless I like really struggle. But even if I struggle, there's still always a space there. And that is from my Raynaud's. I got tested for a bunch of other things immune related. I do have an autoimmune disorder, but it's just from the Raynaud's, I'm assuming. I don't have anything else. I don't have arthritis or lupus or anything like that. I have been seeing a rheumatologist, and she said the best diet I could be on is, pescatarian diet. So I've been doing this for almost 3 years. I didn't even really realize. It's so odd how your body does things to help you and you're not even realizing it. So back in the day, when I was in college, I just had this moment where I was like, I should be pescatarian. Like, it's really good for you. I don't even eat meat that much. I don't eat any or drink any milk. You can drink milk on being pescatarian, but I was like, I think I could do it. And I just did it one day, and it's a lot better for the environment, which is another thing. There's CAFOs out there, which are concentrated animal feeding operations, and there's a lot of CO2 emissions that come off of those. And that's mostly from chicken and red meat. And so, I'm doing my little part by not partaking in that. And a lot of people say like, oh, well, that's such a small thing. And like, what are you going to do to like prevent, that's kind of a big thing to stop. And it's not that I'm trying to stop it, which that would be great. But if you think about all the chicken that I would consume in my lifetime and red meat, if I was really into chicken and red meat, that's a lot that's being taken away. That's not even being consumed because I'm choosing not to eat it for the rest of my life, if that makes sense. So that's kind of my little footprint that I'm creating. And so I just decided to do it one day, and I've never gone back, and I've never had any issues on it at all. My iron is completely fine. It's completely normal. I've never had any issues. My autoimmune disease I've had since the beginning of high school, and that has nothing to do with my diet. So yeah, that's basically a little background on me. My main things that I eat, like I said, are fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, fish. I only have fish about 2 times a week, and it's normally salmon or tuna. Tuna I just have with some avocado oil and or avocado oil mayo and some craisins or cucumbers or something, and I just add it to my salads mostly. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I really do as far as my diet. And when I say diet, I don't mean diet to lose weight. I just mean diet as in like the food I'm consuming. I just wanted to give that disclaimer as well. I'm not on a diet. I don't recommend diets to any of my clients just because really the foods you should be eating are just the basics, and then everything else in moderation. So, I mean, I just had Cheez-Its the other day. I just had Sour Patch Kids the other day. I just had regular cookies, brownies, and cupcakes the other day, and none of it was healthy. I mean, if I'm making my own muffin or cupcake or something, I always use coconut sugar instead of white sugar. I use oat flour or almond flour or coconut flour instead of regular flour. I use like 72% cacao chips instead of chocolate chips. Like, I really try to like cut back on a lot of that. A lot of the products I use have very, very low sugar, but there's still things that I eat in moderation. So I just wanted to kind of give that disclaimer I think I said disclaimer 3 times, but I just wanted to kind of say those things because a lot of people are really sensitive about food and nutrition. And my best advice is talk to someone who is either a health coach that's certified, someone who's a nutritionist who studied nutrition, someone who's a dietitian, an RD, a registered dietitian, someone that knows what they're talking about, because there's a lot of things on the internet that people are just talking and they've never had a degree in nutrition. And yeah, of course you can have some knowledge just by researching yourself, but a lot of people get on trends and just kind of go with it. So some trends are really good trends, and I've tried out some trends and stuff, but other things are just people getting on the bandwagon. And, you know, obviously eating healthy is a lot easier if you have a lot of money, but it doesn't have to be. A lot of things, I just did a how to eat healthy on a budget, and my total was $117, and that was groceries for 4 people, and that made a ton of meals when I was at home eating. So doesn't have to be expensive. You know, of course, if you go to an expensive food store, it's going to be expensive, but there's certain ways to be smart. And yeah, my whole advice and my whole thing is just make sure you're getting your advice from someone who knows what they're talking about and who actually has a degree in nutrition, because you don't want to take advice from just people on the internet, even, you know. So just want to give that little note, I guess. And I'm also going to make my dinner tonight. I'm going to a workout class, so I'm probably going to make it mostly protein focused. Sometimes I even make protein shakes with plant-based protein, and then I'll have like a small, smaller dinner on the side with mostly vegetables. So I'll catch up with you guys at dinner time. So it's much later in the day. It's around almost 7:30. It's 7:15. I just got back from a workout, and I'm going to make an acai bowl. So normally I don't have this for dinner, but today I just didn't feel like having a big dinner. Normally I might make like a veggie stir fry, veggie fajitas, a shrimp stir fry, like I said earlier, something with vegetables. But today I just wanted to do an acai bowl. So I did ice, probably like 5 or 6 ice cubes, 8 ounces of water, a tiny bit of almond milk, probably like 1/4 of a cup, or maybe an ounce of almond milk, and then I did an entire scoop of protein. So it's 24 grams of protein. So I've been trying to increase my protein, and then I'm just gonna do one of these Trader Joe's unsweetened acai packets. I just run it under some water, and then it kind of breaks up a little bit, and then I'll just toss that in there. And then I'm gonna do half of a banana, and then the other half I'll use for the toppings. And then on top, I'm just gonna do some granola. This is from Love Crunch. I always thought this had a lot of sugar in it, but it really doesn't. There's 6 grams of sugar total, which compared to some granola is not bad. And it also it's made with organic cocoa, flax, and coconut, and it's dark chocolate and red berries. Super good. So that, and then I got this from TJ Maxx. It's Martha Stewart's Pure Clover Honey. So it's really hard to open, but I just take it and then drizzle a tiny bit on there. And then I also am gonna drizzle some of this almond butter from Trader Joe's. And then I might add some coconut, I'm not sure yet, but yeah, that's dinner. Also going to add some extra berries. These are just from Fresh Time, they're just frozen. I'm going to add a little bit of these. And then I'm going to add some frozen spinach. So I always freeze my spinach if it goes bad, which goes bad really quickly. Pack some of that in there, a handful of that, and then we should be good to go. for dessert, I'm eating, it's like half gone, but it's this little ice cream bar that's made with coconut milk from the brand So Delicious. It's the vanilla bean. My friend Anne Marie gave me when I was at her place the other day, she had a cashew milk caramel, one of these, like ice cream bar, and it was actually a lot better than this, but these are the only ones they had at Fresh Time. But anyways, that wraps up what I eat in a day. This is just a very random day, but especially on a day where I'm busy and I do a workout class, then I keep it pretty simple. I have kind of a bigger breakfast, a bigger lunch, and then I have a smaller dinner with a lot of protein after. And then sometimes I'll have a dessert, sometimes I won't, it just depends. And yeah, that's pretty much what I eat in a day. And I'll be posting another one pretty soon because what I eat changes all the time. It changes with the seasons. It changes depending on what time of the month it is. It changes based on my mood, you know, like it always changes, but all in all, it's around the same kind of foods. But for my dinner might change if I'm not doing a workout class or whatever. So anyway, that's kind of what I eat in a day in general, but I'll be posting more in the future. So I hope you guys liked it. Give it a thumbs up if you did like it, and make sure to just subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching this video. And I'm excited to make more in the future. I post my weekly vlogs on Sundays, and then I post separate videos that are normally topic related, health, fitness, wellness, lifestyle, all that kind of stuff on Wednesdays. So I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.